This is Cheyenne Valentine. Back today again with a new episode. Hope you all are doing good today. So I had a couple subscribers that wanted me to do different videos on different topics, and I'm gonna get to all of them. I wrote them down, and so one of the requests was wanting to know my opinions about arriving to an event alone, even if you are meeting a guy there. And so shout out to one of my subscribers for this question. So how do I feel about that? I'm all for it. And so I really want to get into that in this video. I think that a significant amount of women, I'm not going to say all, I think that we have apprehension about going out alone, about going out to eat alone, going to the mall alone. And that hinders us from doing things. So this subscriber just wanted to know, okay, how do I feel about women going to an event alone, even if you're there to meet a guy? So if you're there to meet a guy, it wouldn't be right for you to even bring a friend with you. So let's say you go to the event and you bring a friend. You get there, let's say you go to the event and you get there early and you just bring your friend so you won't be alone. And then once your date comes, your friend just walks off and all that. I don't think that's appropriate because he doesn't want to see her. So if you're going to an event and you're there to meet a guy, go by yourself. Definitely. He's gonna, because I seen a show, I think it was called Lemonade, or it was some kind of show back in the day. No, it wasn't a Lemonade. It was some type of dating show, and a lady was hooked up with a guy, kind of like a blind date, and they were on a cruise, and they went to have breakfast together, and she brought her friend with her, and he was just like, what is she doing here? So ladies, don't do that. Okay, so if you're going to an event and you're there to meet a guy and you decide to just come early, you get there early, be by yourself. Okay, and I know the subscriber wanted to know, well, she also said that guys do this all the time to let people know that they are single. Well, I get your point of view. If they're there by themselves, people are going to assume they're single. But as we all know, with some men, they could be in a relationship, but they go out a lot. And sometimes I know several men who are in relationships and they go out to the bar by themselves, and they, depending on where they go, if they want something quick to eat, they go by themselves. If their girlfriend or wife doesn't want to go, I know a guy who used to go to buffets by himself because his wife didn't like to eat out at the restaurant. So ladies, what I want you to understand is that it might appear that men are going out by themselves to show that they're single, but that's not necessary, because I know several men who are single. I know a guy who calls, well, okay, I was gonna say I know a friend of mine that calls my boyfriend every weekend. They go out and do things, and he wants, and the guy does want to go out with his friends, but he has no problems with going by himself. And most people don't want to do things by themselves. But ladies, what you have to understand is, unless you were a twin, we came in this world by ourselves, or we're going to technically leave by ourselves, and we have to be comfortable with going out by ourselves. Okay, so when you don't do things by yourself, it's going to stop you from meeting people. So if one of your issues is you're trying to meet a guy or you're trying to meet friends, but your thing is, I don't have any friends to go out with. Okay, think in reverse. Think the fact that you don't go out by yourself is why you don't have friends, or that you haven't found a great guy, because you're not putting yourself out there. So let's say you're at an event, but you're not there to meet a guy. Go by yourself. If you don't have, it's cool to bring someone with you if you have someone to bring with you. But however, if you don't have anyone to bring with you, why would you stop having fun? Why would you stop living your life because someone doesn't want to do the things you want to do? And let me explain something. Let me put in a different perspective. Okay, if let's say you want to learn salsa dancing, right, and none of your friends or your boyfriend wants to do it with you, and you go by yourself, I know at first you're gonna feel awkward because you need a partner to salsa dance too. But I actually seen on YouTube where it was a salsa dancing class, and one girl was by herself and she was dancing and looking at herself in the mirror. So you know, so even if you're by yourself, and I'm pretty sure a guy would love to dance with you if he's there, right? But let's say a salsa dancing class, or going to a paint class or whatever, you go by yourself and you don't want to, you feel uncomfortable, you're pissed off about it, but by you going to an event, you're going to meet people that have the same interests as you. You follow what I'm saying? Instead of you not going, because that's probably the issues why you might not find friends that have the same interests, because where did you meet them at? You might have met them at school, or who knows where you met them at. But if you meet friends doing things that you're interested in, you can say at least you all have that in common. So, because I had a friend, she, at the time, she lived in Colorado. We're no longer friends. And I told her I was going to come down to Colorado, and when I get down there, we're going to have fun. We was going to paint the town red. And she told me she didn't really want to go out because I think she had gained a lot of weight over the years. I hadn't seen her since we went to Job Corps together. So she gained a lot of weight, so she didn't feel confident going out. And I understood that. And I told her she married a guy. She married a guy, African guy. He wanted the green card. I might even get into that in this video, but she didn't have any. She basically was from Texas, I think, at the time, and then she moved. She met him down there, and he moved her down to Colorado with his brother and his wife, and he asked her to marry him, and they had like a quick little wedding or whatever. And then she moved in with her husband, his brother, and his wife and kids. And it didn't turn out too good for her. They weren't treating her right. And she didn't have any family or friends down there. So I was telling her, once you go to meetup.com, and you can go to different meetup groups based upon your interests. So if you like to read, you can find a group that does that's a book club that likes to read different books. If you like to go to different events around the city and you like to go bowling and have fun, you can join a meetup group that's for people who are new to the city who likes to go out and have fun. You can join a meetup group based upon your age. They have some that's just for people who are in their 20s. They have some for people that's just in their 30s. They have some for people who are 50 and up. It's so many different types. So I told her, once you go to one of these meetup groups, and then you can meet you some friends. You know what she told me, everyone? She said, well, I don't feel comfortable doing it. She said, I will want to go with a friend. I said, that's defeating the purpose, friend. The point of you going to this meetup group, friend, I wasn't saying that to her in a condescending way. I was just telling her, look, the point of you going to the meetup group is so you can meet new people that have the same interests as you. Because so you can meet friends, period. And she said, well, I don't feel comfortable doing that, and I want to bring a friend with me, but you don't have any friends in the city. So you're not going to go because you don't have a friend to go with you, but the purpose of you going there is because you don't have friends and you're trying to go there to make friends. Okay, look, everybody, look, women, I think a lot of us deal with this, and I used to too, and it's something I still struggle with, doing things alone. You have to do it. You have to do it. Now, if you feel like you're going to come off, if you're at an event and you're dressed up nice, you feel you're going to come off as a slut, as a prostitute, as an escort. Well, first of all, you won't come off like that if you don't have on like a micro mini with all your breasts out. Okay, so, people do judge you based upon how you dress, but you have to be confident in yourself to do that. You have to put yourself out there. I'm gonna give you an example when I did this, okay? Because I'm not talking out my butt. I'm actually giving you tips and things that I had to do. So I joined a meetup group, and it was for like a black women's meetup group where they would do different things around the city. And this was in another city I used to live in, and I didn't have any friends in that city. So this was one of the events they decided to go to was called a woman's night out. It was basically a woman's night out, and it was going to be at this like convention center, and they were going to have different vendors there. And so they had Mary Kay there. They had a vendor. She had some beautiful purses and things like that. So it was going to be a lot of people there, because the first 50 people was going to get like a free gift bag. So I was nervous. It started raining. I tried to use that as an excuse to leave. Okay. And ladies, always know there's going to always be an excuse for you not to do something. Okay. Don't ever use the excuse to not do anything, because there's going to always be an excuse, right, that you can use because you don't want to do something. Okay. So it started raining. I said, oh, I don't want to go in there. So I'm nervous. I see all these women going into the building. I said, no, I'm going to go in there. So since I was part of this meetup group, the meetup group was different from the convention. So the lady who was over the meetup group, she would find different events around the city, and then we would meet up at that event together. So technically I wasn't going to be alone, because I was going to meet up with these ladies, but at the same time, that would have been my first time meeting these women. So I still would have been kind of alone in it. So I said, screw it. I went in. And I'm looking around for them because it was a lot of, it was a lot of white women there, and I knew the group was all black women, and I didn't see like multiple black women there, and I didn't see a group of them. So I stopped one black woman I didn't know. I said, "Are you part of this?" I forgot the name of the group. I told her the name of the group. I said, "This is a meetup group I'm part of, and I'm wondering, are you part of?" And she said, "No." She said, "That's so funny you here to meet a meetup group." I said, "Yeah, girl, And she said, "No, I'm not part of no meetup group." I said, "Okay, you have a nice day." I was never able to find these women, but I still had a great time. I walked to every single vendor and asked them about their business because I love entrepreneurs, and I actually made a friend there. I made a friend. She was at the Mary Kay booth, and we started talking. We started talking in the bathroom. I told her I was going to write a book. This is before I wrote my book. I was going to write a book. She said she liked my hair, so she asked me questions about. At the time she had 3 daughters. Or she has 3 daughters. So I wrote down different products she could use on her daughter's hair because their hair, is natural. And we got to talking. We ended up hanging out. I ended up going to her house after the event. Not that day, but we talked on the phone. She was trying to get me to be a Mary Kay consultant. I didn't want to do it. And we kind of lost contact or whatever because she just wanted to hang out with me when it was Mary Kay related. And she did want to do, I will say she was very fun, like to do things, like to go out. So I have nothing bad to say about her. But I said all this to say that, look, ladies, you have to go out alone. Don't be afraid. I know it's not the ideal situation for you, but you got to get comfortable. I'm not saying you're not comfortable in your skin or you're not comfortable being alone. But honestly, I don't know many women who are actually comfortable being alone, or I don't know many people, male or female, that like really going out alone. And it's a misconception because, did I say misconception or misperception? I don't know. Anyway, anywho, so this is my point. Okay, you cannot make as many friends as you want if you are in the house by yourself. Friends are not going to come knocking on the door, and your perfect guy, if there is a such thing as a perfect guy, is going to come knocking at your door. Okay, you have to go out and make it happen. You have to get out of your comfort zone. So to answer your question, yeah, going to an event alone or going there early, even if you're there to meet a guy, but let's scratch meeting him, because you're supposed to, if you're going to meet a guy, yes, go alone. But if you're just going to an event by yourself, what's the other alternative? Because if you don't have anyone to go with you, are you going to stop your life and stop what you're doing because this person doesn't want to do it? And I know you ladies have been through this where you have wanted to try so many different things. You might want to take a salsa dancing class. You might want to go zip lining, or maybe that's just me. You might want to take a painting class, or you might want to, I don't know, just do different things, and you didn't have nobody to do it with. And you felt like, I love amusement parks, and most amusement parks, as we know, are 2-seaters. The rides are 2 seats. So I would go to amusement park by myself, but literally it would be kind of weird because no one would literally be sitting next to me in the seat. And so that'll be probably the only place that I wouldn't go by myself, because the rides, you have to have 2 people. Okay, but other than that, I will go most places, 99% of most places, by myself. Okay, because that's how you go out and meet people, and that's how you build confidence. And not saying you ladies aren't confident, but that's how my confidence used to be kind of low, and that's how I have built my confidence over the years, just going out by myself. And yeah, when you by yourself, you're gonna get a lot of attention. You're gonna get people staring at you, and you don't have any so-called protection, unless you have mace or whatever. But when I mean protection, usually I think women feel comfortable going out in a group or with another person, because in case something pops off or someone says something rude to them, people kind of feel safe in numbers. And I understand that. But and you might say, oh, you must hang out at hood rat places. No, I'm saying you can be. I'm gonna tell you a story that I went to a Christmas party recently, and some guy said some weird stuff to me, and I'm gonna get into all that. But you can be at an elegant place, an upscale place, and someone can still say something to you, especially if you're a black woman with your natural hair and you're at a place where it's other races and they're not used to seeing your hair and they've been drinking and they ignorant. Something can be said that's inappropriate. And so a lot of times, we want that protection, but we have to be strong within ourselves and walk into a room with our head held high. And there's nothing wrong with going out alone. Like, you can have fun alone. You can go out and meet people. That will push you out your comfort zone. Go to a lounge or a bar by yourself and just walk up to a group, sit at the bar, and if someone's next to you, say hello, speak to them. And if they seem kind of off-putting, and turn, talk to the person on the other side of you. Okay, you don't have to be secluded and solitary just because you don't have someone with you. So yes, ladies, go out alone. I encourage you, go out alone. If you're single, especially go out alone, because if you are trying to attract male attention, they're not going to want to come up to you as much if you have females with you. Also, like I mentioned, yeah, men go out alone, let people know they're single, but ladies, you have to understand something about men. They don't let being in a relationship stop their fun, so they will go out. Look at it like this. Don't some women get upset that their guy is still wanting to hang out with his friends even though he's in a relationship or he's married? Haven't some women complain about that? That's because men, they don't stop. Their life doesn't stop because they're in a relationship or because they're married. They're going to still go out. If they want to go out by themselves, they're going to go out. And it's not always because they're trying to show they're single. They could not even be single. It's just they're not going to let nothing stop their fun. So if they ask their friends to go out and a friend doesn't want to go, or you don't want to do stuff with them, men are going to do it by themselves. I'm not saying every single man likes to do that, but they don't mind as much. And women, now I understand too, ladies, it's a safety issue with us. A lot of times, you got people out here kidnapping women. You got some weirdos out here. So always when you're out alone, get a taser, have it with you, have mace with you, be aware of your surroundings. If you can, let someone know where you're going. If not, if you live alone or whatever and there's no one to tell where you're going, keep protection on you, mace and a taser. Keep that on you and be aware of your surroundings. And when you are out alone, try not to drink a lot. If you if you're drinking, don't drink at all if you're driving by yourself, because if you go out alone, you can take a taxi cab to pick you up and drop you off, and so you might can have something to drink, but I wouldn't even trust that because it's some weird taxi drivers out there. So if you are out alone, try not to drink at all. If so, maybe a half sip a little bit. I wouldn't even drink anything when you're out alone. I wouldn't drink any alcohol. If you do drink alcohol, that is. I would prefer, if you're out alone, to not do that, because you got to be very aware of your surroundings, because you don't have any immediate protection. We carry mace, a taser with you. I have mace that looks like lipstick, so you can pull it out, pretend you put on some lipstick, and then mace the hell out the person. Okay, I might come on camera and show you all the mace lipstick that I have, and it's pink too, and it looks like a lipstick stick too. But have mace or taser with you in your purse. Don't drink. If you do, sip on something that is very fruity, like a margarita that has a very low amount of alcohol. And like I said, if you driving, don't drink anything at all. But if you took a taxi, you can, if you want to, maybe have a fruity type drink that has a little bit of alcohol in it. But if you can refrain from it, do that. And yeah, that's about it. Just understand, ladies, going out by yourself, do that. You have to. That's how you're going to meet other people. And that might be what's stopping you from meeting the love of your life. Or that could be what's stopping you from meeting a group of people that have the same interests. Because some of us do have associates or friends. But have you noticed sometimes, like, we have friends from high school or long-term friends, our interests change and they don't want to do the same things we do, or we don't want to do the same things they do, because we're evolving, we're changing. So try to go to meetup groups and meet people there. And going to an event alone, that's what you should do. I promise you, if you go to an event alone, people will probably just start talking to you because they see that, oh yeah, you're alone, but you're open. And if they don't, and it's an awkward feeling, like, because some women complained about going to events alone, and by them being alone, you have the other group of people who know each other talking, and then you're over by yourself, over by where the food is at, all lonely. I get what you're saying. This is where, ladies, this is where you challenge yourself. You challenge yourself and you walk over to the group of people and introduce yourself. Say, hi, my name is Jennifer. How are you? And yeah, I came to the event alone, want to meet some new people. What are you all over here talking about? Yeah, and do it with confidence. Don't do it like, don't talk really low, like, hi, my name is Jennifer and I came to here, I'm here alone, and what are you all talking? No, say, hi everyone. No, I don't want to interrupt your conversation, but my name is Jennifer and I'm happy to be at this event and I'm here alone. Just want to see what you all over here talking about. Can I join the conversation? And give them a really big smile. Okay, that's how, not saying you ladies aren't confident, I'm just saying that's how a person can build their confidence even more, because you never can be overly confident, right? So hopefully this answered your question. I advise you to go to Event Salon, whether you're there to meet a guy or not. Go. Please do it, because don't let anything stop you from living your best life.